Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. We have been providing you with updates of a criminal matter that was argued in front of the Supreme Court of the United States back on March 3rd, 2026. The petition styled as Hunter versus United States, case number 241063. The issues before SCOTUS required them to revisit the scope and context in which a defendant who did plead guilty and as part of the plea deal signed away all appellate rights, such as Mr. Koberger did. Under what circumstances could a party still appeal what happened in the lower tribunal to an upper appellate court, whether at the federal or state level? The issues before SCOTUS in Hunter versus United States are: 1, whether the only permissible exceptions to a general appeal waiver are for claims of ineffective assistance of counsel, or that the sentence exceeds the statutory maximum, and 2, whether an appeal waiver applies when the sentencing judge advises the defendant that he has a right to appeal and the government does not object. Now, we've had a look at the docket in Hunter versus United States, and we see that nothing has been added since March 3rd, 2026, when the matter was argued. Oral argument occurred. This was a public hearing before the entire Supreme Court of the United States when counsel for both sides for Mr. Hunter and attorneys for the United States appeared in Washington, D.C. at the United States Supreme Court. So this means that a ruling has not yet been issued by the Supreme Court as to this matter of appellate waivers that could change the law on this matter if the Supreme Court finds additional grounds, such as a denial of due process, potentially, as being further grounds for an appeal waiver or other conditions, or the Supreme Court could maintain the status quo in Garza versus Idaho. That is up to the justices and will be revealed when the justices issue a ruling on Hunter versus United States, which is why we are continuing to monitor the situation out of SCOTUS as to Hunter v. U.S. When a ruling comes down, we will, of course, notify you. In the interim, we have a playlist on everything that happened in the case, including amicus briefs, briefs that were submitted by various entities, including the Plea Bargaining Institute, on behalf of Mr. Hunter. On behalf of Mr. Hunter also were amicus briefs filed by the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, the National Association of Federal Defenders, the Cato Institute, and the Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers Association. There's a link to the description to this podcast episode that will bring you to that playlist. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.